welcome back to, or whatever time of day it happens to be. It might be where you are watching this. Maybe you are not able to make the live streams every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you are able to watch this on demand with the live chats intact. So that's a really fun thing to do, and I really appreciate you being here with us today, especially this morning in the live chat. So I see we have someone is on board this morning. And who do we have here? Kevin, Mr. Haas. Good. Right on time, my friend. Right on time. How's it going? How are things going for you with the guitar? I think we're going to introduce a couple pieces of like Tony Rice style chordal arrangements or chordal approaches today. We're going to make we're not going to make a really big deal out of it, but we are just going to incorporate some extended chords and approaches to like how to play. I know we've been working on Bluegrass Week. We had started yesterday with some things we'll review as we get going, but I wanted to talk a little bit about shaping and extending and expanding our chord vocabulary for the bluegrass repertoire. So in a style similar to the late great Mr. Tony Rice. So let's get doing that this morning. Here's the A440. Good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Justin. Nice work. I've been watching some of these friends here on the internet and the interwebs, and man, you guys are just doing great work. Very busy people. I was on the phone late last night. We're working on another song for a project, and we got talking about the Marshall Tucker Band and how Mr. Riddle, Paul Riddle is getting ready to. There's a project rolling, and there's some really interesting players. Let me read. So I don't know. Do you guys know? He's been seen a little bit with Mr. Billy Strings, but it's Mark. His name is Marcus, but he's he seems to be a really heavy hitter. Do you know what I mean? So we'll come back to that in a little bit. But good morning. And got a chance to look at some of the language or where there be billed on the Telluride, at Telluride in June. Just a really great music. And some youngsters coming up to play along with those great tunes. Yeah, there you go. That's funny. Funny you're on it. Yeah. So Marcus is on this track. Vince Gill plays on the album. Derek Trucks plays on the album. Kind of working on getting all the little pieces together, but before they can actually release the album, some of the business end of things can take some time. Like wonderfully raw and just it's great to hear from musicians who are not, when they're playing down the song, they're playing down the performance, they're performing the track, serving the song. They're not some of my favorite players like the Miles Davis, the John Coltrane, the Wayne Shorters, the Kurt Rosenwinkels, the McCoy Tatiners, where they're not self-aware. They're so invested in the song and preaching that higher language that they're just not self-aware. And to hear that in an ensemble of where there's a wide age range and a wide range of experience, and it's a really remarkable record. This is going to be it's going to be a game changer for all of us who enjoy playing in like bands that aren't generated by AI, you know what I mean? So actually getting out doing the thing, this is going to breathe, I think this kind of project is going to breathe a breath of fresh air and honesty back into the music world that we care so much for, the reasons that why we're here, I think. Solid reason. So we have Marlon on board, Justin, guitar for everyone. M. Flea, yeah, M. Flea, good morning. Great, steady improvement. Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? I'm going to stop. I don't want to dilly-dally today. We have a lot to get into. I know it's only Tuesday. I don't want to feel like we're rushing. Mr. Tortorella, speaking of, just busy people who are productive, highly productive, Mr. Tortorella, just wonderful musicians here, wonderful stuff. Love me some Tony. Yeah, that Beaumont Rag. Beaumont Rag is on the list for this week for sure, so. I placed with Beaumont Rag one time, so it's as popular as it is. It's one of those tunes that's really great. There's a really great channel, totally underrated channel. He's a national flat-picking guitar champion, Roy Carey. So if you wanted to expand, he has all of these songs like simply played. He plays all of these songs without a bunch of frills. So if you wanted to get looking at what the song is supposed to sound like in its basic format, but super well played, super clean. The camera work's not all that great, but you get a chance to really hear and absorb the song in its raw form. And it's just he and the guitar in his living room and you. And so it's just, they're Roy Carey, and you'll see that he's a bluegrass guitar picker and a flat picking guitar player. So check him out. If you run over there, be sure to, I don't think his channel is all that active, but it's a really great resource, and he's one of the guys. He's one of the ones that just is remarkable behind the scenes kind of dude. He's a blue chip player too, right? So the truss rod, bear with me, please. If the truss rod is a little bit wonky on this thing right now, I think I've got to give it another twist down. So we've got to turn it counterclockwise and get a little bit more relief in the neck. It's pretty straight right now. Yeah, Marcus King. What do you think about him? Wow. Yeah, he's playing in this project too. I can't share any of the tracks yet, but you wait till you hear it. It's just going to flip right out. Like the playing is very strong and it's very, very honest. But our good friend Mr. Scott K. Fish is doing the pressers for them and helping, so he's still pretty well connected, I think. So when he comes on this live chat, maybe we can pick his brain for things like that. Like, hey, how do we get on the bill at Telluride? Oh yeah, curry, like hot curry, you know what I mean? C-U-R-R-Y. You're gonna love him. He's super guy, super down to earth. He's kind of one of those super lovable human beings. Just totally secure in his playing and his capabilities. So without further ado, welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. And we're just getting ready to start today. We're starting at 9 minutes behind, so we're gonna have to make up some time. So we are using 60 beats per minute, 4 attacks per beat, and we're using these really cool, like chromatic style approaches to warming up on the guitar, okay? And we'll start right now. And I'll talk you through the rest of why we're here once we get going. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a go and a... yeah, you're not gonna believe it. Like the school of, you know, the old like Allman Brothers school, the Marshall Tucker school, and then Marcus King, just like they show up for the date, and it's not like they're doing note for note covers. They just kind of show up, and they've all been playing the songs, and we're all exposed to the songs, and then we end up sort of just showing up for the date. We all know the recording engineer just says, let's just count off the song, Paul. Just count it off, and then, well, what do you want us to do? Well, just count off the song. So he counts it off, and then the next thing you know, you've got a beautiful track from all of these players who really had no rehearsal, right? And so you get that raw, sort of honest feel, but it just sounds so good, and it's so powerful, and it's like that freshness that you get when you're gelling with the band for the first time, and it all sounds good. You know, the sparks are flying, you know, like Kip Winger, seeing sparks fly out of the corner of his eyes. So here we go, fingers 2 and 3 on frets 11 and 12. 2, T, and 4, and you know what to do. Marcus King is good, yeah, absolutely. Ben, good morning, Ben. Good morning, Mr. Mull. Glad to have you here with us again today. Kawasusa, you can play one blues. I am in Brazil. Good morning from Brazil. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Yeah. Curry, that's correct. M. Fleet, you're gonna love him. He's super understated, you know what I mean? But you're just gonna love what he's got to play. You can pick up all of those. I'm not sure if he does Blackberry, but he does all of the, you know, all of the standards that we need to know. And it's really great just to watch them play through, and he's got his tongue out a little bit, but he's a winner. He's, you know, he's a national champ, you know what I mean? So he's laying it down the way it's supposed to be done. Just heard some notes that made me think of Cats in the Cradle. Ooh, so we could work on this here. Absolutely, good tune. 1 E and a fingers 1 and 2 on frets 11 and 12. 4 E and a T E and a go. Burton Rathburn Jr. Arr. We got a pirate on board, gang. Need a few more R's, Burton. How you doing? Roy Carey, yeah, Curry. Marcus King was kind enough to sign my pick card. Went to his VIP suite, dude. Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, these guys, they're just having fun, having the time of their lives, it sounds like to me. M-Pup, song request. Oh, John Mayer. Good artist. Gary Beerboy. I love that. Love it. Can you play a complete song like James Taylor or Jim Croce? I can. And if you're just tuning in, let me just kind of give you a full disclaimer of what you've tuned into here. So the Good Morning Guitar title actually changes after we get through this whole exercise here. Let me just set up the next one. Fingers 2 and 4 or 3 and 4, and we're going to do the stretch now. You notice I've got my SPs on this morning. I've got the Martin SPs. They're gold. You can see that the gold strings. So these are super performance, right? Super guitar strings. I love these things. But we're using fingers 10 and frets 10 and 12 on frets 3 and 4. And we're just going to go for the 4th finger stretch, right? 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. So like I said, if you were just tuning in, most of us here are, you know, we have guitars in hand, and we're actually going through a morning ritual, a morning warm-up, which consists of, you know, a high amount of risk of losing people because it's not for everyone, right? But if you are a guitar player and you want to learn guitar, if you're thinking about playing guitar and you want to learn about how to coordinate being the best, just coordinating a practice pattern, this is the right place to be. Every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. we open up with a lot of fun. We have a good time saying good morning to one another and inviting each other into the day, which is kind of it's a wonderful experience. So fingers 2 and 3, and this is my vein right here. So we've got 10 and 12, frets 10 and 12, but same fingers 2 and 3. 1 and a 2 and a D E and a fo E and a. So fingers 2 and 3 and 10 and 12. Yeah, and so what happens is we get through this morning ritual is a really important part of my personal day. This is my personal day. And then this is what I do. I thought maybe if I'm going to be here every day, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the entire year of 2025, there are other people on the planet that I'm sure are also wanting to get together and practice in the morning and warm up with breath. Posture, tone, chromatic style finger warm-ups and finger stretches. And then move on to, it won't be every week, but this week is a special, there's a specialization that we're working on. It's called Bluegrass Week. So fingers 1 and 2 on frets 10 and 12. We'll keep the show going. 1 E and a 2 and a, you know what to do. Yeah, we're working the stretches. Thumb is way behind the guitar neck, just taking its rightly place in its rightly station, not position in the world, but it's been elevated to station. So thumb is station chief on the back of the guitar neck here, holding down the fort, you know, working on getting the balance right for all of the things that are operating in front of him, right? So distributing power where it needs to be distributed for the sake of continuity of flow, of tone and energy and pressure and timing. The thumb has a lot to do with the generation of wonderful, consistent, and joyful guitar tone. And I mean, anyone who speaks otherwise, you know, on the contrary, you can open up a discussion and talk about. That's a great point of discussion. How important is the thumb? You can play guitar without the thumb for certain, right? Let's take a look at fingers 2 and 4, and we're getting through this morning ritual, but we're getting toward the end. So if you're here, if you're just tuning in, some days are lighter than others, some days are busier than others. The live chat is always a banger, though. It's a right banger. So if you wanted to contribute to the live chat, it's a culture of respect and a beautiful place to be. Well, we are all here warming up. So fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12. You can see the double dot here, and you can see the single dot. So I'm referencing frets 9 and 12 with fingers 2 and 4. All right, so let's take a look. 1 E and a 2 and a T E and a fo. Go. And then we're just walking through that finger pattern. But as we start to get to the last 20 minutes, you know, the third or the last quarter of this session this morning, right here this morning, we are going to be talking about, we're shifting gears into our bluegrass specialization. And what we're going to do, yesterday we covered the G5, we started with old Joe Clark. Today we're going to expand into, hopefully if we have some time, we'll get a bluegrass scale going in G and open position, and we'll also start to talk about extended harmony in the style of the late great again, Mr. Ted Green. And then we'll sort of talk about how Tony Rice would employ those kind of concepts in his bluegrass approach. And we'll do that this morning. We'll get right in hot and heavy. So 1 and 3 on frets 9 and 12, same program. Ready and go, E and Zara Craft. Hi, good morning, Bernard. I really like the Martin strings on my acoustic. Ernie balls and electric are pretty nice too. Yes. You know, so I like to use Mr. Mangan's string. Kurt Mangan was basically Mr. Ernie Ball, and he's really got some nice stuff going out too. So I don't know if you've checked him out at all or not, but Kurt Mangan strings are really great. You're gonna love those. I used to try Black Diamond strings. Those are really fun. You know, as the legend talks about Black Diamond strings, like the great Larry Cordell. You know, Black Diamond Strings is a great song, and so they're black, right? They're coated black strings, and they look so killer on an acoustic guitar. It's like you show up and you're ready with your axe to just commit like a crime. So it's really cool to watch. So let's go ahead and just jump into, we'll give it a quick shake, not ready for a stretch just yet. We'll use fingers 2 and 3 and 4 and we'll continue with that chromatic style. So we're using fingers 2 and 3 and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12. And if you've been here for a while, you know exactly what's going on. But if you're just tuning in, we're doing this really nice welcome. First of all, we're using this very nice 3-note per string approach. Okay? And then we'll use fingers 1 and 2 and 3 so that we get the full benefit, right? 1 and 2 and T and go. 4 attacks per beat at 60 beats per minute. And we're all here. The reason we do this, we're literally doing this here so you can bring your guitar, we take a minute to tune up at the beginning of the session. We take a minute to say hello, and we take another minute to just breathe, do some tuning checks on the guitar, and then we're off and running with chromatic style approaches to warming up. And that's what this is. We're assuming that if you're here, you're a guitar player looking for growth this year, 2025. And if you're not here, you could still be looking for growth. So it's not like you have to be here to be looking for growth. But if you're here, oh, hey, Charlie Pear. Wow. Right out of the blue, man. I haven't heard from you before, I don't think. And first, right out of the gate, right off the bat, you've been leaning back on the curveball, just waiting to just hammer that thing into the outfield. You found a weak gap in the outfield where the center fielder's never gonna make the catch. So hit it out of the park, dude. Thanks for we call that, from where I'm from, we call that a $1.99. I find these sessions therapeutic before work. Yeah, we carry it all day long. Once we do this work in the morning, this is super. I'm just going to give you a big fat love on that. And thank you so much. Be sure to smash that like button if you are here. Certainly appreciate the support. And let's see. Let's go back to fingers 1 and 2 and 3. This is a beautiful thing. Beautiful comment, Charlie Pear. Charlie Pear, you hit the nail right on the head. We start guitar early in the morning, and we therefore become guitar players all day long. It's resonant in the mind all day long. Changes our genetic code probably. Fingers 10, 11, and 12. Frets 10, 11, and 12. Fingers 1 and 2 and 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a go. Check out Anthony's version of Fire. Oh yeah. Okay, so who said James Taylor? Gary, Beer Boy. Are you still here, Gary? Definitely check out Mr. Tortorella's version of Fire and Rain. He's nailing it. Good morning, Zahra. That's a good question, man. What strings should I put on my Epiphone acoustic? That's a beautiful guitar. That is an absolutely beautiful guitar. Have you tried flat wound strings yet? M. Flea, Anthony, do you use coated strings? I don't use any coated strings. Just a personal preference, but I have friends who swear by them. Just love them. Good morning, Mr. Husband. How are you this morning? Martin Extra Lights, Tortorella, you can get a lot of mileage out of those on that guitar. You just be ripping that thing apart. So I like the Elixir strings. Oh, you're a coated boy, coated man. You do the coated strings. Do you feel like that you get extra life out of those? The last time I used them, I started to shred. They start to shred like the Gore-Tex winding starts to shred on where I pick. And I hate to change my strings often, so it's like pulling teeth to get me to change my strings. They have to pop. But I have a few packs of Elixirs kicking in the studio. If somebody would like them, let me know. Brendan Abbey. Those sound good. I like the elixirs. I don't tend to use them. I tend to use the barebacks, you know. So we've got the fingers 9, 10, 11, and 12. Or let's go ahead and use fingers 1 and 2 and 4. And we'll use that 4 attacks per beat, so it'll sound like that, okay? 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a... I'll have to give them another try. The black strings are pretty sweet. I don't even know if you can get them anymore, black diamond strings. But make sure that they get the black anodized coating on them because it's so cool. They're so awesome to play. I mean, they come on and off the guitar, but if you're just suiting up for like a tour, you know, if you wanted to have a certain look and your wardrobe is dialed in for your tour, those could easily become part of the wardrobe, you know what I mean? The look of the band or the look of the personality. Good morning, crew, again. Let's see, let's go back to... Diamond strings on the old box, Church Street Blues, a song worth listening to. Oh, there you go. I used to love to just get in the old Sab and drive for like hours at a time and just let the records rip. Apostrophe and Overnight Sensation was one of those. We'd 4 or 5 of us would jump in the old Sab 900 and just drive for hours and just listen and listen and listen, and we'd stop and talk and we'd listen some more. All right, let's go ahead and get to fingers 1 and 3 and 4, same program, same string, same position, 9, 11, and 12, and then 1, 3, and 4 only. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a go. I use flat wound strings on my guitars. You do. Morning, Dan and Robbie. Very cool. He ain't here, but a novice at guitar. Well, you're in the right club. 5-stringer here. Banger player. Oh, Mark, smashing that like button. If you're here, oh yeah. If you don't mind, to go ahead and smash that little the old like button. Hey, that's what we're all here to gain talent and skill. Oh yeah. We're definitely here working on the breath. Let me just kind of review what's going on here in my mind. In my personal approach, I'm here to, number 1, serve the big guy upstairs, and then number 2, improve myself through my guitar practice. So I have a guitar. I've been a guitar practitioner for a period of time, and I just wanted to be here playing some warm up every morning and working on breath, working on creating a learning environment for myself, and then just kind of getting to the guitar, taking those barriers down that prevent me from reaching my prophecy of potential. So frets 9, 10, 11, and 12. And a 2 E and a T E and a go. All 4 fingers now. We're working right through this program. We're just burning rubber. We're still dropping. We're dropping into 2nd gear, and then we're laying a patch down. Now, one of my neighbors had this beautiful AMC Rebel, like this beautiful American muscle car. And so he's passed on. I think the car's gone on to a museum now. Cars like that are kind of rare, and it was in sort of pristine condition. You know, a rare joy for certain. So I'm working on just getting with myself, and having the live chat here is also it's a banger for me, because for my motivation, it helps with motivation, and it also helps with devotion. Devotion is a really important part of one's life, and if you do any listening to Mr. John Coltrane, like the album Love Supreme, devotion is a huge part of a love supreme. It's we're leaving even music behind at that point. So it's a really interesting journey that we're all on together. And we all have different goals, and hopefully they're lofty, super lofty goals, so that even if we don't reach the goal, we still make mad gains for the course of this year. But it's not for everyone. I think the people, those of us who are here, are meant to be here for some reason, and I truly believe that. I completely believe that. Right, and fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and stretch 4. And here we go, 2 and T info, and just working on getting through the morning program, so that what we are going to do when we get finished up with this, we're going to do the first finger kickback, and maybe another warm up or two if we have some time. But then we're going to transition over to let's take a quick look at what it means to play a bluegrass style scale, in my opinion, in the open position of the guitar. And if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, that's a wonderful thing to do. But if you are just tuning in, welcome to the morning ritual for guitar and growth, and stick around. And there's something for everyone here, I think. But maybe not for everyone. There could be something for many. There's something for many here. And so I don't know how many hikers we have in the live chat, how many outdoor enthusiasts we have, but finding a trail, maintaining foot travel by foot on the trail, can sometimes be, if we don't look for trail markers, we can sometimes bounce off the trail and be lost for days or forever, permanently lost. It happens frequently on the Appalachian Trail, and then peril awaits. So bluegrass, to me, the melody in bluegrass is super important, right? The melody is where it's at. The melody is governing the listener's ear, right? So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're going to kick that first finger back. So 1 and a 2E and a 8, 10, 11, 12, go. Pavel twice. Can you play just a little? Can you play blue just a little bit, please? Like blues? That's a great place to start, Hank. Lots of here and early in the journey. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, we got a banjo player. We've got that first finger kicking back and laying back to grab that fret that's just out of the reach of the position. So we've got one of those fingers laying down point, just hanging out there, doing the old stretch-a-rooney. And we're almost finished with this 4-finger exercise, so we are going to take a break and stretch and catch up on the comments here in just a moment. And I really appreciate you all being here and coming and going. But what I've been noticing is the people who are here that stick are here to do something. We are here to do something. So we want to be sure to respect that highly. Right. All right. So let's go ahead. Wow, I'm way behind on these comments. Sorry about that, gang. All right. So let's go ahead and stretch. We'll do a 60-second stretch. Straight elbow. And then we've got the fingers. We pull back, then down. We switch, pull back, and then down. All right. 15 clicks each. I'm going to read through some of these comments and try to keep up with you guys. All right. Can I play blues? I like to play some blues. I'd like to play some blues. We have a very tight schedule here, so if you stick around to the end, we might have some time to get some blues in there. Yeah, great question. Wonderful question. Totally appreciate the question. Great place to start. Hey man, have you tried Crazy Train? It's really hard. Crazy Train, like Ozzy Osbourne. Toxic Soul, I love that, man. Yeah, I love it. That's F sharp Aeolian, right? So we've got a nice, or F sharp relative minor scale. So we have the, sometimes I only change banjo string that broke. I only changed the string that broke. Me too, yeah. TJ, good morning. Hey, nice to see you. Mike Guy, do you use a hard or medium pick? I use a heavy pick. Mike Guy, thanks for being here, Mike Guy. New faces everywhere. Thank you so much for being here. This is a Wiegand pick, and it's like 1.4 mils. It's got this really nice little, these holes punched through that give it a little bit of breathability. I use a bunch of different picks. I've got a Jazz 2 kind of always on standby, you know, when we really want to get the scraping done. And then, and for strum patterns, you know, playing like, you know, David Bowie's, you know, stuff, or, you know, strummity strum, Bob Dylan or Pete Seeger stuff, something that's nylon really thin. So picks are, have a few picks around, you know, good to have a few picks around. Any ideas on what acoustic is the best? You know, good question, wonderful question. I think you can get so many guitars at, you know, the $150 price point that could last a lifetime and just make a songwriter happy for the rest of his days, as long as it's set up correctly. So the setup is probably more important. There was in the guitar magazine, Guitar Player magazine in the 80s, there was a study done on, let's do the 4-finger wonder, the diagonal. Down and down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we're using down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We use 4 fingers, 9, 10, 11, and 12, then 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we reverse that, and then we descend in position, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then invert that, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up is the name of the game here. Let me try to pick it so that you can see it. 1 E and a 2 E and a, do you know what to do? Top 4 strings, here we go. 1 and a 2 and a T E and a Bo E and a. I can't tell if you're plucking with your finger or nail or edge of the pick. Okay, let me just go ahead and let me change this up a little bit, because that's a good thing to know about. Just keep in mind that I'm just doing this the whole time. 2 E and a T E and a Go E and a. It's funny, there's like a little bit of lag in the response to the screen time, the screen on the mobile phone. So it's barely noticeable, but it's definitely there. So there's a really nice, moderately, you know, controlled situation on the picking sequencing. So that's really why I'm doing this exercise, so I can learn how to skip across the strings and then become efficient at that. And it's a technical problem to overcome for certain, but we're overcomers here. That's what we do. Well, 4 middle strings, same program. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do E and a. Any ideas on what acoustic's the best? Oh, I see the pick now. Cool. But we could use this finger style, right? We use just the index and middle fingers as if like they're just walking through the, so walking through the park, you know. So if you're a finger stylist, this is what I would work on, alternating back and forth between index and middle fingers. You know, kind of like the Matteo Mancuso thing. And then we're going back down to the 4 low strings, or the bottom string group of 4 continuous strings. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. Oh yeah, I had to set those black strings on my shredding metal guitar back in like post 7. You did. Very cool. Man, I'm way behind on these comments. Toxic, I would say, only feels good in your fret hand. It's not good in your ear good. Some guitars feel like they play themselves for you, and others feel like you have to work harder all the time. That's a true statement, true story. We passed 20 early today. Double tap that screen. Oh, we did? Holy smokes, we're on 32. Yeah, way to go, team. Yeah. Yeah, nicely done. Those Rebels are real rare. I saw a video one the other day. Yes, no way. It's a great picking exercise, but it's not something that we're going to really get into anymore today. Now, we're literally going to flip the switch and we're going to move back into a quick review. Check the guitar for tuning again, just real quick, because new strings, even though I pre-stretch them, they still get kind of squirrely. This will just take 1 second. This won't take long at all. Is still kind of adjusting to the new string tensions too, so that's kind of what's going on here a little bit. So we've got this really nice like G5, which we talked about yesterday. That D string does not want to stay in. Call this good enough for jazz, close enough for bluegrass. It's not really, but it's. There we go. I'm just getting these little extra bends out of these strings to try to get it in tune, you know? So we've been starting with just the boom chick yesterday, and then we started working on, we started with and then we repeated that, old Joe Clark. this kind of like really cool, like little skirt around and a little lick down there, but it's pretty much designed to be. Maybe you can see Roy just kind of nails songs like this. Tone is there. And then that B string, that B section repeats itself. And then we go back to the top and then all that. But what we want to do today is start moving away from that a little bit, that boom chick. And you can go back and review that yesterday's session if you'd like. And then we're going to start opening this up from the G5 to include the A minor. And then what happens if we play A minor as the Dorian mode in the key of G? So think like summertime. Da 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 da. We're going to start working triads that way a little bit, and we're just going to have some fun, but we're really going to start stacking up like minor, like A minor, if we started working through intervallic voicing. All right, so let's start with the G major scale. So we're starting with G, A, open A, B, C, and then D, E, F sharp on the 4th fret on the D string, and then open G. Right. 7 steps to heaven, people. So we're starting again. This time we'll descend. Open G, fret 4, F sharp, E, D, C, B, and then A, and then G, and then G, F sharp, E, F sharp, G, right. Then we'll go up on the top octave, which is open G, fret 2, and then open B, fret 1, C, D, E, open high E, and then fret 2 on the high E string, and which is F sharp, or the leading tone back to G, or this G, whatever. So there's all right. G major scale. 1 and 2 and up and down. We're stopping each time on the G string. Every time we encounter a G note, we'll stop at it, we arrive at it, we observe it, and we start again. 1, 2, here we go. 1 note per click. Okay, let's take another look. This time we're going to use G major pentatonic, starting with G, open A, B, open D, E, fret 2, and open high G, open G string. So, G, A, B, D, E, G, or scale degrees 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, and then 1, 6, 5, 3, 9, or 2, and then 1, and then 1, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 6, 1. Should have stopped here. Good. Now 2 attacks per beat. So now we're combining the difference between the G major scale and G major pentatonic. Now what we do is when we start working the difference between G major pentatonic and then G major scale, and then we start incorporating the G minor pentatonic. This is where the magic really starts to happen, when we start blurring all of these lines between major and minor. It's very similar to the way blues artists from the Delta were singing oh Lord, there's a slur between the major third and the minor third, and we've got that like all of a sudden it's just like this totally American interval that doesn't really exist in equal temperament, right? So that's something that takes a tremendous amount of listening to really even appreciate. And it's like learning French or learning Mandarin or learning another language. Really, it's it requires a little bit of immersion into the listening banks. The listening library should be, seriously consulted. In these cases, I think. I'm way behind on the comments section. Man, I'm sorry. If you have questions, I really should be paying attention here, but I just want to get this stuff going here. So let me just finish up with this. I have 2 more things that I feel like I need to talk about, and I'll try to get to the comments before we get going, okay? So we have that G major pentatonic. Nope, G major pentatonic. But we have the G major scale that lends us all of the notes in between. By all of the notes in between, I'm of course referring to the G, the F sharp and then the C, or the tritone, which is the most complicated, interval to kind of like treating the tritone in a scalar system to create melody is problematic for a lot of us in the beginning. So if it is for you, don't worry about it. Just Just keep working it, and you're working your magic, it'll come. But here's the minor pentatonic. We've got to talk about this. What we're trying to do is blur the lines between the major scale and then the major pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different notes before we reach the octave. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now, minor pentatonic. Can we play G minor pentatonic? Yeah, we can. We probably should know how to play it back here in open position, because the G, you know, if we're playing bluegrass, we've got to benefit from those open strings for certain, right? We want those open strings to just kind of like be there, drone. It's like a tanpura. Do you know what I mean? If we're practicing Indian musicians, Eastern Indian musicians, if we're practicing raga, we want a tanpura just kind of droning out. While we practice our, you know, modes or scales or talas or whatever. So what we want to do is use those open strings. We want to benefit from that. That's what I'm trying to say. A long story short, circumtangentially, what I'm making reference to is the 1. Now, all of that fingering's got to change now, because I need to reach back to the 1, the flat 3, the 4. The 5 is open D. The flat 7, of course, is my favorite interval between above the root note. Well, one of my favorites, depending on if I have Wheaties for breakfast or not. Open G, and then flat 3, and then 4, then 5, and flat 7, and 1 again. So there's a little bit of that. What we're trying to do is blur the lines and less of like the street cry sort of feel. We're not selling you know, a loaf of bread in the street. We're actually like playing guitars that are fretted instruments that are based on equal temperament. So we're skirting around the major and minor thirds. So this is very important sonority to understand, for me anyways. You know, is it major or is it minor? Or is it both? Now what we have here is, you know, we have all of the notes together formulate G. There's never a flat 9, right, in any of these. There's never any flat 9. So we move directly to the 2, the flat 3, and this is a composite synthesis now of the G major scale, the G major pentatonic, and the G minor pentatonic. So we have the G, A, B, flat, B natural, flat 3, sad third, sad, happy third, major third, 4, open 5. We never have a flat 5. We never have a flat 5 here, okay? We don't have it, we don't use it. We're not gonna use it now anyway. We will later, but. And then we have a 5, a flat 6, a flat, or a 6, a flat 7, and we have a major 7 because from the major scale, right? And then we have an open. All right, so we have all of those under one octave, of course, multiply over the span of multiple octaves. So we have a root, a 2, a flat 3, root, a 2, bless you. A 1, a 2, a flat 3, a 3, a natural 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. Nice color tone here too, by the way. So now we have the 1, 2, flat, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat, 7, major 7, and then 1. So we've got all kinds of notes to play around with here. And we did it. Good. That's the end for today. And I hope you really enjoyed this. I'm just going to take we're finished with our morning ritual for guitar growth. We've completed our specialization in the bluegrass department, and we'll have more for tomorrow. We'll review. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm Jason, your host, and we have a number of bangers in the live chat here. So if you're just tuning in, the live chat is crazy, just rich with a culture of respect for the most part, and everyone here works hard to maintain that. But we do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's happening. This is happening every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard for the entire year of 2025. Right. So you don't want to miss it. If you can help it, if you can be here, it's a real benefit, and it's really going to help. I'm talking about me now. I'm talking to myself. Don't miss it, Jason. It's the only way I'm going to become the guitarist of my dreams. I know I have a plan to follow. I know I'm going to execute. I'm in the position to execute the plan right now. Just show up every day at 7:30, get warmed up, and then continue guitar work or continue whatever work it is I need to continue for the day. But the morning ritual has already gifted me with some mad gains, and I hope it's gifting you, and we'll see you again. Like I said, tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back. And I wanted to just say goodbye. I know we're over. Kevin's probably gone. And so I wanted to say good morning to Kevin, and thank you for keeping us punctual. I just want to scan now. I'm going to go through. We're finished, so you all can leave if you like. You're welcome to leave anytime, of course, but I'm just going to go through and scan the comments because I don't really want to miss anything, okay? So if you wanted to hang out and see if your question's going to get answered or not, you're more than welcome to do that. And thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, so, wow, I missed a lot here. All right, holy smokes. This is, we created a monster here, didn't we? All right, culture, that's awesome. TJ, what's your favorite? Fretting hand. I love that, haint. That's a great YouTube tag, haint. I love it. I'm not fretting more, the strumming has to get it right also. Yes, correct. 2 separate languages speaking the same language. When I was in the palette of unbelievable goods last year, some Japanese ones like Def Leppard. Whoa, hey, nice. You got the bootlegs going there. Nice albums. So hard to pick a favorite, but the Love Supreme's up there. Ballads, Ole, yeah, Ole. Giant Steps, oh yeah, great. We can work on, we can just kind of work on Giant Steps too at some point, maybe. Take the horn solo, the first horn solo that he does on that My Favorite Things album, and then Giant Steps. We can work that out if you want. Charlie Perro, what do you all state you live on the mountains and trails down here in Texas? Good for you, man. Welcome to the team. We're all over the place. We're in New England here, and I know we've got some friends from Germany. Blues and grass always been my favorites. Yeah, blues and grass will always be my favorites. Perfect. I regret letting go of Ted's final collection I had. Oh yeah. Hindsight's 2020, Dan. It's not for everyone, but on the corner is one of my favorite Davis albums. Oh, funky. Yeah, he always seemed to kind of like keep pioneering. Denim Dennis dropping in to smash that like button. Nice work, man. So Denim Dennis, I don't know if you guys know, but Denim Dennis is a wonderful, wonderful musical act, a band, I would dare say, a trio that works on original distributing, producing, and purveying original music for the purposes of carrying the torch, I would suspect, of active live music. Right, they're super. If you haven't checked out Denim Dennis right here on YouTube, go ahead and do that. Give them a like. Just give them a follow, man. Just start. My guess is you're gonna like what they have to say, what they're doing, saying, playing. My mom smashed my dad's Beatles class. Ah, it happens, man. The heat of the moment gets pretty hot sometimes. F horror fan. Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris from Ohio. Hey, I talked to some people in East Palestine the other day. Hopefully you're not there. And if you are, our prayers are all going out to you and your families for certain. That's a big deal. Like, that still is not getting enough coverage. But not to bring the tone down, but that's a very serious thing that is still needing some national attention and some federal attention, right? Ain't 6 strings, not 5 unless you care. Yeah. Thanks, Jason. What do you think about Ralph Stanley? Oh, Ralph Stanley. Yeah. Have you heard his solo work? Just his later in his life. Yeah, solo blues work is just amazing. Welcome, horror fan. Yeah, welcome. Hey, Chris. Raul, nice to see you. Glad you're back, Chris. Okay. For onesie and a twosie, putting on my shoesies. All right. I don't need to read through all these, but just wanted to. Hey, Mid-Michigan here. Michigan's a great place to be. You got anywhere near Hillsdale College? That's mid, right? Are you upper mid? Work today, you're work for the first time. Oh, that's right. You're going back to work. You've been sick, right? I miss it. We'll catch your rest later. Sorry to miss you taking off. All right. See you tomorrow, Mark. Do you take tips? Oh, yeah. Certainly take tips. Yeah. That's if I see where you're going with that. So I'm not sure. If you want to give me a super chat, you're more than welcome to. I take super chat tips. All right. Nice dedication, Mark. I'm a jazz. I'll go through and through. All right, TJ. Good to hear that. Jazz man here too, Mr. Husband. All right. Use cool grip for more recorded songs, but slow and intricate parts. Wow. We've got a really great thing going on here. I'm going to have to rethink how do we do this live chat. What a parallel between jazz and blues. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, dude. All right. I guess you're gone. All right. Still do Steve Vai chromatics after this. Yeah. Yes. I was thinking about that the other day, Anthony. We're going to bring that back. I have that magazine ready to come back out here. So it's sitting right there. So you're kind of like right in there. You kept on searching. Didn't have to. My hair. I mean, my hair's Heart of Gold. Oh yeah. Heart of Gold, wonderful tune. You mentioned Beaumont Rag yesterday. Is that still on the agenda? It's absolutely on the agenda. Absolutely. What poppin', everybody? Yeah, yeef. D2, wondering what music you're playing first time here. The algorithm sent me here randomly. Oh, hey, all right. Smash the like button was good. Good recommendation, Anthony, Mr. Tort. What's the chef's lesson session subject today? All right, Yeef. All right, good idea. Love it. I love the language that you guys are dialing in on here. We're working on bluegrass in this week. I was just going to say hi. He looks like a young Drew Carey. Hey, that's funny. You mentioned Drew Carey. Yeah, we know Drew. My brother knows Drew. Put it that way. We're friendly with Drew. Oh, cool. I'm going to sub and stick around. Yeah, very cool. Happy to see you here, T. Thank you very much, E, for the, for sticking around. And for those of you who are still sticking around here, if you have questions, I'm just going to be a few more minutes, so don't hesitate to let me know. Every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're here doing this. Please do. We have a great community. And mentorship going in the chat. And from Jason, I think you will for value and enjoy picking you. Yeah, good. Very cool. Wow. Wait, 40 a day. We're getting there, gang. I like Bernard. He's a goal setter. Bernard, everybody here is a goal setter, it seems like. Can you play Stairway, please? I can. I like how about I play Stairway for a super chat? What's it worth to you? I have a Stairway video on my channel here. You can go search for it if you want. I break it down pretty clearly, and you can go ahead and comment away on it if you'd like. I'd love to see you over there. If you do see it, if you do search my channel here at Jason Carey Guitar for Stairway to Heaven, please comment on it. Please let me know what you think of the video. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Corinna Montgomery, like, subscribe, shared. Well done. Well done. All right, love it. Glad to have you here, and I'm glad that you're participating in the live chat. Very happy and very fortunate for you being here. Yep. Yeah, good. Bernard's on it. I'm one of those phases where everything I play keeps going in circles and getting stale. This channel is just what I needed to color things up. Oh, yeah, right on, man. Right on. Haint, I love Haint. I freaking love that YouTube handle. That's one of the coolest I've seen in a long time. That's perfect. I think most of us feel that way too. Excited to hear G-runs are just fun and never get old. Correct. G-runs never get old. You're in the right place. Yeef. Welcome, Corinna. Are you playing guitar? 60 beats per minute. I like the metric. Yeah, it is at 60. Yep, you're right on the money too. It's like walking down the sunny street. Do you know what I mean? Not a care in the world. Comfortable to learn with. When people say like, comment, and share, where are the places people are sharing it? Genuine question. I would share, if you're still here, I would share it with other friends. I would share like the fact that there's a live stream where we can all gather together in the mornings for the purposes of growing our own person. So I'd share it directly with friends or family or other guitar mates, other drummers show up with their like drum pads and sticks, and they kind of work through with us. And this is it's just a venue. It's a venue for things that are coming, right? It's a venue for things that are to be. It's a venue for, we're always in a state of becoming. So we're becoming guitar players. We're improving our guitar practice. We're guitar practitioners, and share it with those people. You know, that's a good question. Haint, speed will come, absolutely. I'm kicked off Facebook, but you can share to other musicians you know, or friends there for sure. I'd share the link. Let me see what I can do. I'm not sure I don't have a live stream schedule set up for this morning ritual. It's just here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, like church, the entire year of 2025. So once you share that information and just kind of be here at Jason Carey Guitar, we'll see you again. We'll be here when you guys are showing up and ready. 3 dots in the upper right has the share. Oh, Haint, nice. He's our technical advisor. This is our technical advisor for the morning. The first position of the hour, we exercise and stretch. We are now getting into fun stuff before we go. Yes, Anthony, no, not at this time. Jason shreds my lord. He can play and he knows his stuff. And a lot of good videos on his channel. I know some stuff. Yep, for sure. Definitely thank you, M. Flea, for the confidence builder there. Good. The channel I follow the sessions here and the English song lessons. Very versatile playing and knowledge. Nice relaxed approach. What's not to like about Jason? Hey, that's really cool. No, I really appreciate the good feedback. People, we don't hear that kind of thing enough in our lives. All right, so those are great things that we hope to feel confident enough to share with others in our day-to-day social intercourse or social interactions. Those are things that build people up and not push people down. So we're in the business of building, right? That's for sure. Yeah, love it. Apparently I'm ready to learn it. Thanks for the venue, Jason. Apparently I'm ready to learn at this pace. It's good. First time here, but I can feel that it'll make us sent soon. It definitely, I'm just going to talk the talk like we've been talking about this our whole lives together, and it's just going to just creep in there, and it will just fold into our playing, right? It will just kind of fold into our practice. Gotta go, Haint. Good. I'll come back every weekday morning. Thank you for the plug, Dan. Good. It's like college he's giving us, but to us, we get out what we put into it from here. Absolutely. Morning. Jay Wu Zhang. Wu Yang. Thanks. Thanks, Kevin. Feudal Lord, Sir Jason the Generous, has graciously shared his wisdom as though we watch his work earnestly. So no mortal could ever recreate the same. Jason knows this, but let us dream. Oh, the leader of the Argonauts. I would say the leader of the Argonauts. Yeah, we're on the quest for the golden fleece. That there's a. Oh man, there's that symbol of purity. Yeah. All right, see you, Kev. All right, good. Man, I'm way behind. Oh, getting to the bottom here. So I can't believe you're sticking around with me. I really appreciate it. Raul's here. I see you just tagging another one at the bottom. Great. Wish I had time. Join Morocco. Keep up when I can. Definitely keep up, TJ. Take care, Kevin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please gather in tomorrow. Dan's out. Nice, graceful departure. Depart on the level. Smash that like button on your way out. Oh, I've been here working off and on the original Giant Step solo for years. Can't do it yet and haven't put much work in lately. You got Finland in the house as well, by the way. Oh, Finland. All right. TJ, all right. So let's get serious about cracking down on that Giant Steps work and just break it down piece by piece. We'll use split bar notation and we'll just kind of work on the metronomic studies. We'll get it together this year. Inquiring minds want to know what's in your coffee. Oh, hey. That's a good question. Nothing. Oh, water, hot water. I ran hot water through my coffee beans. Yeah, I did do that. I'm probably 2.5 hours from Hillsdale. Oh, you are halfway between Lansing and Grand Rapids. Oh, yeah, we've got a couple of Grand Rapids amps here, Grand Rapids guitars. Famous areas, famous places. Standard tuning, Strobin. 40s today. My bees will be out. Oh, yeah, right on. Oh, I keep forgetting to get on that, man. It's just like when I leave here in the morning, life is, it's like every day, it's like just a blur. After I get out of here in the morning, it's just, and then I'm back here in the morning again. It's just crazy how fast it all moves, right? But I do appreciate you all being here doing the breath work with me and creating that learning environment. It's a hard thing to do on the internet. It is. Make you one zine. I love the t-shirts, so I pre-order one. Bria, have been hard. All right, control. Hi, man. Hi, Ro. I have to print this week. I have to print this week. I will see if I can do a couple samples to email Jason. Oh, yeah. Okay, jasoncareyguitar@gmail.com. And a picture of Annette Alvarez. Yeah, right on. Cool. Backstory. Be sure to include the backstory. Pretty sure I can email the journal. Compliment each other enough social in society. Correct. We put in estimators. Charlene, I love her. You can take a look at Charlene right here on the community post page of this channel, YouTube, Jason Carey Guitar. You can take a look at Charlene if you want. Yeah, if you haven't seen already. I believe Jason has merch on the site. So let me see what he would like to do. But if it benefits him, I can ship directly or batches to him if we collaborate. Okay, yeah, we'll talk some business. All right. So Bernard, one more for 50. Who's it going to be? All right. Did we get it? All right, we have one more for 50. All right, we have 20 people here. If you have not yet smashed that like button, here's my appeal. Please smash that like button. And so it's and then there was that. So what is it? Little miles there. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've really even worked on this song. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at the a gathering. We've had that in mind. So we've been doing like, we'll do events like we'll rent out civic centers and then hold like breakout. You know, we do all kinds of that kind of stuff. So you know, for like states and you know, municipalities, states. International conferences. We develop those kinds of things, and we like to do that. But not really sure what we're going to do yet. But it's going to be something. It'll be a remarkable thing, I think. It's a large enough thing to talk about. You know, guitar growth, and maybe it's a dissertation coming up. It would be New Year's. Hillsdale would be a great place to do that. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, and sorry to keep you over, but I definitely appreciate the likes. I think we hit a record today. So this was a record, even though we didn't make 50, we did make over 45. So that's a new record for this. That's a milestone achievement for this live stream, the morning ritual for guitar growth. So thank you again for being here, and we certainly appreciate your time, and work my best not to encourage the squandering of one's time. So have a great one. Until we meet again, happy picking.